Who are they getting? They're like, you want to ride a bike?
They're like
No.
$50 bike.
Yeah.
Bruh, city bike is $290. We're your hosts, Tara, Nora, and Allie, and you're listening to Bad Advice Only.
We're just three New York City rats talking about scurrying around the Big Apple. Here, we make the New York City mistakes so you don't have to.
We're begging you. Leave us a review and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Bad Advice Only NYC. We release new episodes every Monday, so stay tuned, rats.
Today, we're going to be talking about the worst jobs in the US and New York City.
Oh, shit.
Nice. It's not ours.
It's not the rats are.
It's going to be interesting, but before we get started on worst jobs, Nora had a rat rant that she wanted to get off
have a rat rant.
her little rat chest.
I had a few this morning, but which one are you referring to?
Lying about height.
Rat rant. I got a rat rant for you bitches out there, and this one's for my short kings. We can't lie on our dating apps.
Oh, she's got her hands. She's talking with her hands. You know, this is going to be passion-fueled.
About our height. And here's why. Last night, I went out on a date with a man whose profile said 5'10". For the record, listeners, once again, I am 5'7.5". I wore 2-inch heels. 2 inches.
Knowing that he would probably be 5'8", because you're going to detract 2 inches from
Sure.
his height.
So,
Sure.
yeah, when you're 5'10", you're probably 5'8" to
Right.
9.
And so I thought, okay, I'll be 5'9". I'm okay with like a couple inches shorter, fine, no biggie. This motherfucker must have been 5'4". I was a head and a half taller than him.
So when he hugged you,
When we hugged,
his head
when
just
we
lay
hugged,
on your chest like a child.
his head touched my clavicle. Boys,
I hate that word, clavicle.
boys, I don't care if you're short. I do not care. But I wouldn't have worn heels. I wouldn't have fucking worn heels if I knew you were 5'4".
Okay. Think about this. Would you rather, though, his head have fallen on your clavicle, or you not worn heels and his head fall on your throat?
The throat. I take the throat.
Really?
But just be honest. Just be honest. I actually don't really care, especially in the context. I don't care. But don't lie. Or,
Yeah.
like, you can lie by, like, an inch. You can't. That must have been a 6-inch lie.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Any other rants, bitches?
I have so many, but
Tara
not-
had something this morning she was feisty about.
Can we have double rat rant?
A double rat rant.
rat.
Go.
I'm really upset with the Gen Z women in New York City.
That's what it was.
It has nothing to do with their attire. I don't give a fuck.
I feel like it does.
The only issue I have with them is their lack of fear in the world.
They don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit. I almost stopped a woman last night, 2 nights ago. She was a young Gen Zer walking in the dark in Manhattan with her phone up to her face with a video playing. She's watching fucking TV on her phone with massive noise-canceling headphones. No idea where she's walking. She's just aimlessly walking. She's not even walking in a straight line. She almost ran into a pole. I feel like she's a rapist's and murderer's like dream. She is just a target on her face, not even on her back.
I told Tara she was victim blaming.
Yeah, Nora's calling it victim blaming. I seriously considered walking over to her and being like, hey, you cannot be this unaware of your
I'm
surroundings.
in the camp of, like, let her die because we need less people in the world, and, like, she's asking
We need more
for
people.
it.
We need more
We
women.
need more women in the world, not less.
I would say the same thing if it was a man.
You know what I hope happens? I hope that people start aborting their baby boys. And we are just like 80-90% of the population, and we just like corral all the men underground for breeding.
So my rat rant was again commandeered by y'all, mostly Nora.
All right. Go back to victim blaming.
Okay, back to victim blaming. I'm just saying, these kids, they're on their bikes with these massive noise-canceling headphones. Like, I feel like a grandma watching them with their massive things on their heads, and then they're just glued to their phones. And I'm like, you're going to get murdered.
Right. will.
It's kind of how I feel when people free climb mountains, and then when they fall, people are like shocked that they're dead.
I know. I don't believe in free climbing either.
Where I'm like, if you're gonna do something stupid, You face the consequences. Did we learn nothing from the other episode
Now,
on stupidity?
where do you draw the line between you're doing something really stupid and like what were you wearing? What's the line?
Well, Gen Zers will never be blamed for what they're wearing if they get raped.
That is very
They are
true.
not
'cause
dressed for the male
They
gaze.
are not
They are.
dressed for the gays.
They are dressed for what is happening under those clothes. You'll never know. It's a question.
It's more of a curiosity. The rapist just wants to know what's under there.
Gen Z women are dressing like the men dressed in the movie Clueless.
Yes! I was about to say that. I was about to say that. Okay, I'm going to take a sharp left turn because there's no segueing to this episode.
No.
Okay, so worst jobs. Let's first start with the U.S. We're going to discuss, and then we're going to move into New York City and see if there's any parallels.
Dairy farmers.
What's wrong with dairy farm? That sounds like a pleasant life. I don't know.
They do some fucked up shit to cows.
Just milking cows. I heard you're not supposed to drink it from the udder.
Have you drank in udder milk?
No, I just was surprised.
Back to me. This is in no order. So, worst jobs in the U.S. Number 1, animal urine collector.
Why do you need to collect the urine?
Test it.
What purpose?
See if they're pregnant.
Is that it?
And STDs and stuff.
That's it.
Why do we care if animals have STDs?
What I'm more concerned
I don't
about
know.
is their income,
Oh.
which I then had to look up what you make collecting urine from animals, not humans. $17 per hour or up to $35K annually.
Why do they need to test the urine?
I didn't look
That's
that up.
not part of the research?
No, I wanted to know the worst job. It's bad enough that they're grabbing dick and puss animals.
Whoa.
How do you milk urine out of a female animal?
Whoa.
Grabbing dog
You
dicks.
don't have to milk the urine.
Did I say milk?
She did. You said grabbing dick. She said milking it.
Milk a urine like of a female animal is what I'm thinking. Like you can't like it's not like a dick where you can just.
It's more likely you'd milk the dick of urine. Tara's spitting water to the floor.
Do you press on the bladder?
Guys, you obviously just put a bucket under it. What's wrong with you, dumbasses?
This is some crazy shit. But we'll just guess the rest of them.
Yeah. You just tell us the title, we guess.
We'll educate America.
Okay, let's do this. Y'all guess what they do, and then guess their income. Podiatry technician.
They're
That's
looking
like
at
a foot. That's foot
The
stuff.
foot tech, yeah.
that's got to be expensive. Like $22 an hour.
Whose expense? Their income?
It's a foot doctor?
Their income.
No, not a doctor, a technician.
Income's median $43,000 a
Sounds
year.
like it would maybe like 50. That sounds good.
Good guesses. Between 38.5 and 48.5.
38 seems low to fucking look at feet
What
all
do you
day.
do with the feet?
It's pretty bad. They have to look at like nasty ass feet all day.
Like amputated
Like they're
feet?
looking at they're technicians again, so they won't
That's
be.
the opposite of a foot, Allie. Honestly, that doesn't sound that bad. Some people would be interested
Well,
in
it's
that.
bad if it's stanky.
All right.
Roofer.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's dangerous.
the worst job.
It's so dangerous.
Okay, but that's
Fall off
not
roofs all
that's
the
not the
time.
qualification. We're looking for worst, not most dangerous.
I
Worst.
think they can be synonymous.
All right. So
I think there's an element to it being a bad job in the sense that yes, there's danger, but it's super backbreaking.
it's probably really hot up there.
It's super hot, super cold.
Yeah.
You're on your knees the whole time.
I think
and
women feel. We don't get paid for that.
True.
Okay, police officer.
Wait, how much do they make?
Oh, did I not say? Sorry. Okay, roofers make Google $23.04 an hour,
That's not a lot of money.
or 47,000ish, 48,000 per year.
Did you say police officer?
As a worst job. Yep.
That makes sense. They're getting shot all the
I
time.
mean, in New York, yeah. They're just given directions. I've seen them.
Oh shit.
The police officers in New York, one, they don't do shit. They don't give a shit at all. You could do anything to them. They're not phased. And two, they just give tourist directions.
Or they're dressed up as, like, a lot of times as ploys, like in, this is going to get me in trouble, Grand Central and Penn, they're dressed up like some of the homeless people, and they're actually police officers undercover.
Here come the conspiracy
This
theories.
is such a conspiracy.
What, Allie?
Go on.
Okay, for another episode, listener. Number 5, dead fish harvester.
The
What is
fuck?
that? What's that for?
I could not find an income on that one, but basically,
It sounds
It's more of a hobby.
yeah.
they just scoop out dead fish. I think what they're doing is collecting dead fish from places, taking them to labs, and lab people are testing them for like poisonous
See
things
if
in the
water's
water.
Okay.
Yeah, checking in on things.
What happens when fish die naturally?
They float.
Do fish die naturally?
Yeah.
Like of old age, yeah.
Like, do they make it? Because I just feel like there's a lot of...
What do you mean, do they make it?
It's treacherous.
To like heaven?
No, like just too old. Like, how many fish? What % of fish die of old age versus all the other shit that happens to fish?
90%. They
I
all
don't
die
believe
in like
that.
2 days.
No, I don't. That's
They
not
do
old
have a
age,
short
bitch.
lifespan.
Do they?
Yes, that's why they die in like 2 days.
Somebody look up the lifespan of fish.
No, that's not part of this
I want to
episode.
know. I want to know.
You have internet connected
can't
to
see.
listener Baby Rat Still Blind Rat. Just another episode where Nora can't see. All right.
No, she's Googling the fish life.
Guys, I don't care about the fish life.
I need answers. Allie, it's not that hard.
All right. Number 6. Animal inseminator.
Oh, that's when they burn them. What's insemination? Oh.
Animal inseminator?
They
Guys,
get 'em
Someone's
pregnant.
fucking an animal.
No. They
Guys,
put in a turkey
They
baster.
try to make a centaur.
they're turkey basting all the animals.
Oh, shit.
Do you not know where the meat that you eat comes from?
I would rather just eat it.
So yeah, they can make around $48K. However,
Nice.
the salary range for animal insemination can vary widely from $26,000 to $232,000.
You're a
The
good
majority of
inseminator.
salaries fall between $68 and $154, with the top earners making around $200K.
Does it depend on the animal?
Yeah, the animal, its breed, like so, like your Angus beef is gonna be like your, I don't know, isn't that like really
Highest-paying
good
salary.
stuff?
God, it gotta be hard to jizz and do a
They're
cow.
not. Whoa. They're not jizzing in cows, Allie.
In a
They're
way.
not.
I mean, they kind of are.
They're not doing it physically, but they're doing it with a little baster.
Number 7, retail sales associate.
I don't know if that's the worst job.
I've done it. It was fine.
I've
Number
done
8,
it as well. I think.
cab driver. Number 9, fast
Well, you're
food
not
cook.
letting us comment.
Yeah, because I've got things to say, and y'all are losing me. Number 10, crime scene cleaner.
I could see how some people would find deep satisfaction in that work.
In what way?
I don't
Some
know. Let's
people like
ask
to
the
clean.
serial killer. That's
Some people like to clean, and it would be particularly messy.
Oh my God. The median annual salary for a crime scene cleaner in the U.S. is $49,000 with
That
an
is not
hourly
enough money
wage
either.
of $24. Top earners $65,000 annually.
I gotta interrupt and ask. In my mind, are they not janitors? Like, what? I've never seen, like, on an Indeed posting, like, crime scene
You have
cleaner.
to be a special kind of. I mean, it takes a special.
would you see that on
jan-
Indeed? Number 1, how often are you on Indeed? And number 2, why are you looking in that industry?
I'm just saying, like,
Have you
what's
been
the
looking
job
for-
posting called?
You've been looking for
and then they
janitor
go,
jobs, Allie?
They go, oh, you're not going to be just any normal janitor. You're going to clean up brains.
Correct. I'm sure there
That's
needs to be a lot more training involved.
I'm not mad. I'm just asking a
She's
question.
mad. She's mad. It must be honestly really like. Here's my question. Okay, let's say
Go.
there's just like straight up limbs. Like, do they really clean that up?
No,
or,
that
like, where
gets
does that
taken
go?
with the cops to forensics and like
Yeah.
to the.
But like, where do you draw the line? Okay, there's some brain matter. Does that
They
go with
clean
the
up pretty much
cops?
everything but blood. Like anything
They
that can
keep
be
the blood.
tested in a lab, they will take.
Right.
Yeah.
So a
there
couple
are-
fingies, they'll take that.
Take the fingies.
But brain matter, I think.
There
That's
may be some left behind, depending on its
They can't get all
size.
the matter. Like some of it gets squished into the cement
I
and
think
stuff.
there's a movie about this, like a comedy of like two sisters that are crime scene cleaners.
It sounds familiar.
I'm gonna look it up real quick. Y'all keep.
Oh,
y'all
that's
can keep.
again with the fucking.
What
facts.
kind of fucking niche movie market? This comedy of two sisters that
I
are
may have
crime
made it
scene
up.
cleaners.
You have to find your niche. It's very important. We haven't found ours. Who are you people?
Yeah, Sunshine Cleaning. It came out in 2008. American comedy drama film. Emily Blunt is in it. We should watch it, y'all.
Oh, we should.
All right.
Sounds funny.
We're not just reading movie synopsises here. Next job.
We're also not looking up fish
I
lives.
want to know the fish life.
It ranged anywhere between 1 and 700 to 2 years. So
Okay,
we'll never know.
700 years? What?
I looked through a lot of different material in the short time I have to do research.
700. I don't think fish live.
702. It was very specific.
Those are those dinosaur fish.
That's like a dino
Like a
fish.
turtle?
So anyways, I have a lot of problems with this list. There was actually 40. I just picked
40?
There were 40. I couldn't go through them all. It was ridiculous. Because I just can't respect the variety of this list. You cannot say a retail sales associate that's the worst job next to a fucking crime scene cleaner or a dead fish harvester. Okay, so worst jobs in New York City now. Do you think there are any crossovers?
Police. I think the police have a shit job here.
Well,
Okay.
cab drivers, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, the only one was cab driver.
Well, what else we got?
This one's so weird. Subway platform news vendor. Apparently that's
that would probably
They're
suck.
still
around?
I haven't seen those in years.
They're
There's
closed.
couple left. Like
There's
probably
just
like
the
Times
nice
Square.
ones, like in the nice stations.
There's one on the L at 8th Ave.
I feel like they're not open anymore. They like, closed down.
They've got like also like they also do like thrift stuff too. It
What
looks
about
like.
the people that sell nuts? Are they considered
Ooh,
part of that
love
category?
like the
those
people
nuts.
above ground?
Yeah.
No, I don't know if they fall into that category because the reason why the subway platform news vendor, what a terrible title, their reason for it being one of the worst jobs, I don't like how they described it, but they said noise pollution, but like it's way more than a noise pollution.
Oh,
like
yeah, it's disgusting down there.
First of all, you're around probably lead pipes, poison, rats, roaches.
You're
but
working
it's-
underground.
You're working in the dark.
People probably steal shit from them all the time.
You are the worst person in the world when you're traveling. I've just decided there's a loss of human decency when you're traveling, whether it's planes, trains, automobiles, whatever it is. You just lose all sense of human decency. So these subway people are just watching just absolute douchebags every day. But then, the noise, it's got to be just awful for your hearing. Like the trains, like y'all have heard the fucking subway brakes.
It's really loud.
Okay, NYPD body recovery. So I know y'all did say cops, but it's not specifically police officers. It's the body recovery
from like the
team.
Hudson and
The
shit.
Hudson.
Yeah, I
They
see
probably
them.
get so many bodies.
I see them like once a week. They're very impressive when
What
they're
do they do?
dispatched.
Are they divers?
Yeah, they send over a full truck, obviously like a fire truck, and they come out with the ladder, and then they come out with little like buoys and like what you would see a lifeguard jump in with. What are they called? You know, like the things that look like
Lifesaver.
surfboards. Yeah, they send about like 10 people in, and it's like a whole
Is
dive
it a
and
buddy
rescue
system
mission.
where like they stay together 2 and 2 or
Yeah,
something?
'cause somebody has to man the ladder that they put over the water side, like over the railing on the waterfront, and then you have to have the people that go in and rescue the body. It's disgusting.
It's not really called rescue.
It's
if
recovery.
they're dead. I would hate to. I just feel like a dead body to swim with is like gonna be really heavy.
You want to know something really fucked up though? One time
Well,
there
no,
was
they
a dead.
float, so I think they'd be light.
They do float. There was a dead body floating on my side of the river in Jersey, and I
So
watched the whole thing happen. And what was
NYPD
fucked
didn't
up was
come to help.
Well, the new NYPD made it there first, but they had just crossed over the water line in New Jersey, so they had to wait for the Weehawken police to
it's
get the
not their-
body.
it's not
And I'm
their
like, can somebody just
jurisdiction.
recover the fucking dead guy from the water? Like,
Not their jurisdiction.
horrible.
Did you learn who the guy was?
No, I got really nervous because he started floating towards underneath my building, and I was like, I can't live here because it's gonna be haunted if they never get him out.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
The amount of dead bodies that have been in the Hudson's probably like in the thousands.
Oh yeah. When I used to live on the pier, I'd always think like if there was a fire and I had to jump in this Hudson water, would I want to burn alive or jump
Instant
in?
death.
I think
Instant
there's
death.
other ways around the fire.
I would burn alive.
Oh my God.
She just sets herself on fire. Just like no other way out.
Going back to the cab driver really quickly because I didn't realize there are different levels of pay.
Yeah.
What do you know about it? Tell me.
Well, you buy a medallion. So some people rent their car and some people own their
it.
car, and it's a huge difference if you own your car.
All I can say is that cab drivers today don't need to know what cab drivers used to know. The cab driver
Yeah.
test used to be you had to know every street in Manhattan and they would quiz you on it
Yeah.
when you became a cab driver. Now, every fucking cabbie, they're like, can you give me the address?
Yeah,
and
I
they plug it into
know.
their
I
GPS.
was just about to bitch about that. Here's my biggest pet peeve of how New York has changed. Back in the day, you would just say your cross street. You'd say 10th and 6th.
And they would get
And
you
they would
there.
get you there, no matter where you started. Now
They would provide you alternative routes.
Yes.
Hey, there's going to be traffic on 23rd Street. Would you
They're
be okay
whipping
if I go down the
and
West
this was
Side
before
Highway?
they had maps.
Now-
Google Maps or Apple Maps or
nowadays,
MapQuest.
I say 10th and 6th, and they go, "Can you put in the address?"
I hate that.
Bitch, I'd
hate
take
that.
an Uber if I wanted to give you the address. I don't know exactly. That's the thing about cabs. Sometimes I'm going
Know
to a
exactly
general
where you're going,
area.
yeah.
I'm not going to an address. I'm
Yeah,
going
not a destination.
I did that the other day. I went and took a car down because it was snowing and raining to the Brookfield Place ferry. They're like, "What's the address?"
Like,
and
I
I
don't
was like,
fucking know.
"Just drive to Brookfield Place and
drive
drop me off
south.
anywhere near the water."
Yeah, exactly. That happened to me the other day. I was like, I'm going to somewhere near, what's that park? Union Square, that park. I was like, so take me to Union Square. And they're like, I need the address. And I'm like,
That's
you don't know where Union Square
infuriating.
is?
They should know.
You're a cab driver.
Yeah. In England, or I should say in London, it is like a prestigious job to be a cab driver.
It used to be in New York, too.
And they have years of training. They have to know the ins and outs of all the roads. It's so impressive.
Do they
And
dress up there like they do in
They dress nicely.
Japan?
Yep.
Yeah, they wear a suit, and like it's a well-paying job. They've got a great pension. Yeah,
I miss the old school cabbies. Now, I don't know what's up.
I think it's all the cab drivers' kids that have just taken their dad's car.
Quick side note of how New York has changed. I went on a date a few nights ago, and the guy had lived in New York 2 years, and he'd never hailed a cab.
What?
He was shocked. He was shocked that I took cabs. He was like, do you want me to get an Uber home? And I said, no, I'll just grab a cab. And he said, are you joking? And I said, no. And he said, I have never taken a cab in New York. I didn't know people still did that.
That's so stupid of him.
And I was
prefer
like,
cabs to Ubers.
I prefer cabs as well.
Yeah.
Because you just put your hand in the air and they stop. You know what I don't like? The cab Uber thing where cabs are now Ubers. That pisses me off.
So Nora said that, and I've never
pisses me
seen
off to
it.
know
I don't
I take them all the
believe
time.
her.
I think it's
I
so
take them all the
fucked
time.
up. No,
it'll be
it's
like
true.
your Uber's this taxi cab,
And it's a cab.
and then the taxi cab will come up, and they won't let anybody else in
Yes!
because it's your car.
And that's a problem because then there's all these cabs that are available driving around saying they're unavailable because they're going to pick someone up like an Uber. Guys, I want to raise my hand in the air and the cabs stop.
Yeah.
That's the old school way, and
It's
I
the
like
right
it.
way. It's the right
No
way.
Ubers. I would ban Uber in the city, honestly.
Okay, so the next
Go on.
few worst jobs are somewhat offensive. Number one, rat poisoner. Get the fuck out of here. Why are you trying to kill our
doesn't-
sisters?
Why is that a bad job? Don't they
That
just have
seems
to like?
fine. You just
You just
spread
spread
a
shit?
little poison and
Yeah, it's not rat dead body collector. It's rat
Yeah.
poisoner.
Seems fine.
But they probably are huffing those poisons quite
that's
a bit.
probably bad for you.
We did
They
have.
probably got hazmat suits.
I don't know if Nora and I have ever talked about this, but we have. I feel like it's like once a month an exterminator that buzzes our doorbell at an ungodly hour.
Fucking month he buzzes at like 5:30 a.m. and he's like, rat poison.
You need poison,
And
then he
every time it's
barges
an
in.
inconvenient time,
It's
obviously.
so early in the morning.
So we're like, no, we'll keep our
And one
rats.
day we had mice, and so he came in, and I go, we have a dog. Can you please like make sure wherever you're putting anything, our dog can't get into. And he was like, yeah, cool. So he starts doing his thing. I turn around. He had left a bag of actual rat poison down on the ground, wide open, and my dog girlfriend is just nose deep in the fucking
She
bag.
ate it?
And the guy turns around and he goes, uh-oh. And I was like, is that poison?
Tara texts me and is like, say your goodbyes to girlfriend because she ate some rat poison
That
today.
girl's stomach is fucking titanium.
She
She's
won't
eaten
die.
chocolate, garlic,
She's never eaten
and rat
chocolate.
poison.
And
No.
she ate,
Allie,
what did she eat one time that was actually poison?
your tampon.
She ate my tampon.
Yeah.
Got a little tummy
I also
pump.
gave her that whole string cheese one time.
She's
Fucking fine.
Allie got her an entire string
I gave
cheese.
Allie a string cheese, and I said, if you need to really tempt her with this, you can give her some.
You didn't tell me.
feeds it
You
to
didn't
her.
tell me
An
how much.
entire. Not even a child should be eating that amount of cheese.
This dog is like 11 pounds. Like, she cannot eat an entire string cheese. It's like,
No dog should.
She was
regardless
very
of their
happy.
weight.
I bet she was fucking
She was running
happy.
like 16 miles a day, okay?
Okay, so I really thought Nora would guess this one as the worst job. It's one of our most hated type of jobs in New York City.
Is it a fucking landlord?
No, their jobs are pretty great.
I was just thinking of jobs I hate.
Is it a bus driver?
Flyer hander outer.
Oh my god.
I thought that was a volunteer
Is
work.
that
People
a
get
job?
paid for that?
Yeah,
Is that a job?
These people, some are volunteers, some are paid to hand out flyers.
Now, as we refer to them, the clipboard people.
The clipboard
This might
people.
be slightly different, but it doesn't
The
stop
clipboard
me.
people annoy me, like the Jehovah's Witnesses and shit.
Listener, The fucking clipboard people in New York City, I am going to punch one of them in the face. They annoy me to no end. They always try to stop me, and then they make me feel like an asshole when I ignore them. They're like, guilt you, and I'm like, dude, I'm going to come to your fucking bumfuck house in North Carolina. I'm going to stand in front of your door with a fucking clipboard, and every day of your life while you're on your way to work, I'm going to stop. Do you have 5 minutes? If you have 5 minutes, you'll save a child. Why aren't you smiling?
Yeah, it's a real snooze fest.
Because I'm trying to go somewhere. Leave me alone.
They also, I've never seen them ever try to interact with a man because they know that, yeah, they come for women because they know we're too scared to be rude. And, like, men will punch you in the fucking face if you try to hand them a flyer.
My new thing is every time I see them, I go, not today. I say, do not do this to me today. And that shuts them up.
Not today, Satan.
I say, do not do this to me today. And I walk by them.
You know
also,
what I
get
do?
the tourists. They got time. Don't get me.
I hit them with the people that say going up for the Empire State Building that stand right outside. I hit them with that whenever I see a clipboard person. They'll be like, do you have time? I'm like, going up. I don't know what to do with it.
Can you explain for the tourists?
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
our listener
I hate the going up people too. Okay, so tourists, there are these buses that line up outside the Empire State Building, and
the Freedom
I think
Tower.
they have everywhere. It's a hop-on, hop-off bus. They hit all the major spots. But for some reason, hop-on, hop-off bus must have some sort of, like, commission structure with the Empire State Building because they're always lined up outside of MP. And every time you walk by them, they just look at you. It doesn't matter if you are wearing headphones. It doesn't matter if you're blind. They just go, going up. Want to go up? And they have a sign. And they just yell going up, but they don't explain where. They don't explain how much. They don't explain where you get the ticket. And then they're like, get on this bus. And you're like, where is the bus going to?
I'm just imagining some simpletons just getting on this fucking bus or
But
going
for
up.
real, if you are a tourist, like, how do they actually get sales like that? Like,
It's
I
the
know.
same people that, like, try to sell the bikes at Central Park.
Oh
like,
my
rent.
God,
Like,
rent the
who
bike.
are they getting? They're like, you want to ride a bike?
they're like
Like, no.
$50 bike. Bruh, city bike is $290.
Yeah, how has they not been just completely
Wiped out. I have
out by
no
City
idea.
Bike? And then lastly, which I disagree with this, it says bike messenger in winter. No, bike messenger's
Anytime.
jobs anytime.
They're
terrible.
gonna die. They do die.
They do die. John Oliver actually does a really, really good episode on his show. What's it called? Last Week Tonight?
Mm-hmm, sure.
Okay, neither of y'all.
We like to stay ill-informed to go on.
But yeah, so it's super dangerous. The incentives, it's completely gamified. So the quicker they deliver, the faster they can get their next thing. They get paid absolutely nothing. And yes, like Nora said, they die.
They are risking their lives. I can't believe the seamless bike guys aren't on there.
I would loop them in with
Well,
that.
that's what I'm looping them in. Like all delivery bikes.
Our food delivery people in New York, they do it on bike, not car.
Also,
and they're gonna die.
As the user of these things and receiver of foods and whatever other delivery services, I beg you, listener, to only order locally.
Yeah.
These guys, now that their bicycles are motorized, they'll go across town to pick up food, making their commute more dangerous and less lucrative.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
really
Order local, you fuckers.
Yeah.
Think about the cyclists who are dying for your Uber Eats.
There was one that was hit right outside of mine and Nora's apartment just last week, and it did not look good.
It's different where I live, at least, because they can just bike on the waterfront. There's no cars there, so it's not
much safer.
it's not like as dangerous. It's cold as fuck, and it sucks for their conditions. But
But
like
at
it's
least
way
they're
better.
not likely to get hit by a car.
The conditions
and like,
really are shit.
Hoboken
Horrible.
is way different too than the city because there's literally just it's 2 lanes.
Yeah.
There's no cross town traffic or anything like that.
The worst part about it is that when people order the most food is in the worst conditions. Like you're more
that's what I was
likely
about
to
to
order
say.
when it's raining or snowing or freezing.
So for the listener to just get a visual for New York City messengers or delivery people, they're on bikes. The number one time to order is when it's nasty out, snowing, raining, too hot, too cold, whatever it is. So these I don't think I've seen one woman
I've never seen a
delivery,
woman.
but it's mostly like immigrant men. and they are completely bundled up. They will duct tape oven mitts to their
bicycle handles.
the handles of their bike. And they should be wearing a helmet. A lot of times they don't. And yeah, they're just, when they come to your door, they're just either soaking wet from like rain or whatever. And it's the saddest fucking thing.
They are doing the Lord's work.
Either I will not order on those nasty days, or I give them cash tips. And last time we did that, the guy was super pumped.
You know
about
what
it.
else? They will go up your walk up.
Yeah.
Like that. Like, I don't think that normal cities actually do that. They probably make you come down to the lobby.
It depends on the walk up.
Like,
I lived on a 6th floor walk up. They never came up. Yeah.
They come up on ours.
I rarely ordered when I lived on a 6th floor walk up because I was poor.
I did get mad at a guy once who lived in a 6th floor walk up, and the delivery driver called and was like, come down, and he was like, no.
No, I think it's rude. Like when
I was
I
like,
used to
"That's
order on a
crazy."
6th floor, I'd be like, please just call me when you get
It
downstairs.
is
Like I'm
weird.
not gonna make you come
Or
all
you
the way
offer
up
like a $20 tip. Like, you cannot make them
Yeah.
walk up 6 flights of
Like
stairs.
they're already biking. Like
Right.
they're already doing a lot of
It's
manual
crazy.
labor. Should've Pants AJ had groceries delivered, I think, one time ever in his life, and it's when he lived in our 6th floor walk up, and the delivery driver stopped on the 3rd floor and just left it and messaged him and was like,
Those stairs were so
They were
bad.
like,
They're
no.
so bad.
No, his stairs are crazy.
Well, I almost killed a delivery driver on those stairs. So
Oh, yeah,
for the listener, I moved into Shittis Pants AJ's apartment after he moved out. I took over his room, and it was COVID, and so a lot of people were ordering, and I ordered Indian food. And I wasn't familiar with the neighborhood yet, but it turned out I ordered this Indian restaurant that literally was on my street across from my apartment.
No.
And I didn't know this. I didn't know this
I
until
didn't know that they were that close.
my roommate told me later. I was so embarrassed. But this man came up the stairs raining. Our stairs are so dangerous. Allie has fallen on them. There's blood remnants
hate those
still
stairs.
on those walls. And this poor man just, I heard it, and he was in agony. He was holding his leg, just screaming
God,
in their
no.
stairwell. All the tenants came out, and I
You're
was
not
like,
making this funny.
"It's not funny."
There's a funny way to tell this story, and it's not screaming in agony. It's not funny. I
This
feel
man was
awful.
bleeding out on the stairs.
He
In my
died.
head, he's now broken and cannot work, and probably got COVID. Like, all of these horrible things happened to this poor man. And then my fucking roommate goes, "Oh, you ordered from there? You know it's across the street, right?"
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Then
I
they
felt-
shamed you.
Yeah,
I order from across the street sometimes. I mean,
No, don't.
all right.
So to wrap, what I would like to do is vote on the worst job.
I mean, obviously the insemination is the worst.
You think so?
That's not bad.
I think it's a lot of animal cruelty, so I will agree
I
with
don't
you.
want to get down right in the junk of an animal.
Okay.
I go with delivery drivers. I think it's really bad. I
Really
think it's really
bad.
fucked up. I don't think they make any money.
It's also inhumane.
It's
just
inhumane.
Like, yeah, both things that you've said are inhumane, yes. And then I would probably say, I mean, I would not do well on the roof. It would break my neck. I would die.
As always, thanks for listening. If you're interested in even more bad advice, scurry on over to Instagram and TikTok at Bad Advice Only NYC. We're begging you. Download and rate the show and leave us a review. Talk to you next Monday. Stay tuned, rats.